Hello, I'm Peter Richards here in Beijing, and the reason I'm doing this little report today is to tell you about some of the new regulations that have been introduced regarding the Chinese version of Twitter. It's called Weibo, and well, here in China they're blocked. The Twitter and Facebook, they can't be used by Chinese citizens, but they do have their own versions of these websites, particularly like Facebook and the one I'm talking about today, which is Weibo. And the Chinese authorities have introduced new regulations regarding their use recently, which I think you might like to hear about. They've done this in response to certain, certain controversial stories over the last couple of months. The first one to come up was the Bolshelai scandal, the former Chongqing governor and his fall from grace, which was all over the international media, of course. Very little in the state media here in China, but it was all over the social networks, and particularly on Weibo, and that's led to a lot of rumor and speculation. The Chinese authorities don't like that. They're very sensitive. Also as well, the later case of Chen Guangchen, the blind dissident, who is now in America with his family. That was also one that was all over Twitter. And so therefore the authorities, perhaps they feel they're losing control of information, but they've decided to introduce new regulations for using these websites. Now what I'm going to do is just read you some of these regulations. The first one up here, this is regarding the Chinese Twitter, which is called Weibo. The first one up, number 1, no spreading rumors. So straight to the point there. Number 2, no publishing untrue information. Well, indeed. And number 3, no attacking others with personal insults or libelous comments. Well, some people would say that was fair enough, even in many Western countries. Number 4, no opposing the basic principles of China's constitution. Right, okay. Number 5, no revealing national secrets. Well, WikiLeaks beware, hey? Don't come over to China. Number 6, no threatening China's honor. I'm not quite sure what that one means, but maybe we'll see. Number 7, no promoting cults or superstitions. They've had a bee in their bonnet about cults and superstitions for a long time, the Chinese, and that's actually related to that. And number 8, no calling for illegal protests or mass gatherings. That one definitely, I think, refers to what the Chinese authorities saw was happening in Egypt last year during the Arab Spring and the ousting of Mubarak, and the way that the social media were very integral in that, in organizing the population. And they've noted that, the Chinese authorities, they're trying to crack down on it. Anyway, one other thing to tell you is that Weibo has another part of these regulations. They've introduced real name registration. Real name registration. They will also have your ID number. So anybody who decides to post something online, which, and if you decide to put any opinion up there, you will be easily traceable. So that's something which needs to be noted. So therefore, it will be very interesting to see, with the real name registration, with these new guidelines here, new regulations, whether Weibo will be able to remain an active and open forum. We will see. Anyway, this is Peter Richards here in Beijing.